Hello, everyone.
Hello.
We are Jason and Elisa with EECC Travels, and we have been on a lot of cruises. Like, we stopped counting how many cruises we've been on.
Oh, man.
And we get the question a lot, what is your favorite cruise line? So we are making this video today to answer that question, but not only give what our favorite cruise line is, but maybe help you decide what cruise line you should try.
No doubt about it.
Okay, so we're going to start with the big three that most people are familiar with. Carnival, Royal Caribbean, and Norwegian. We're going to go through and tell our likes, our dislikes about each brand. So which one do you want to start with?
Let's start with Carnival.
Okay, yeah, because we kind of cut our teeth with Carnival. That's where we cruised with the most and the first and everything like that.
Yeah. We were close to the cruise ports. Carnival was always available. It was more affordable, especially in the beginning. Mm-hmm. And you never forget your first.
Right. Okay, so let's start with likes. What are some of the things that you like most about Carnival?
Okay, right off the bat, I know for sure it's the fun squad. They know how to bring the party. Carnival always brings the party. They bring the hype. They make you get into it. The sailaways are the best. Like the glow parties, just the little parties they put together are absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, the best.
Yeah, Carnival is the only cruise line I know of where people actually care who their cruise director is. Most people don't even know who that person is, but with Carnival, you're like, oh, is this person, going to be on my cruise? Or, oh no, they're going on vacation. I'm getting this cruise director instead. Yeah. But they're all good.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you're going to rip your shirt off in the middle of a crowd, you're going to do it on a Carnival ship.
He's done that. But yeah, that was during one of the parties. I think it was one of the glow parties, and Matt Mitchum called him out to be one of the YMCA people. And yeah, it was fun.
And I may have took it a little far.
It was fun though. So Carnival's all about the fun. Also, affordability. Carnival is definitely the most affordable cruise line out there. They also have probably the most ships in different ports. So for instance, for us, we live in Louisiana, so we've got New Orleans and Galveston. Well, we have 5 ships in driving distance from us, 2 in New Orleans, 3 in Galveston. That's more than any other cruise line near us. So that is another reason that we really started with Carnival and did a lot of our sailings with them. Let's talk about maybe some negatives of Carnival.
Food.
Yeah.
The food is just terrible.
Not all of it, but some of it is.
Most of it's terrible. Let's be honest. It's pretty rough. Maybe there's a couple of things that are decent, like the chocolate lava cake.
Oh, that's really good.
That's
yeah.
good.
And the Guy's Burgers are really good.
Okay, the Guy's Burgers are really good.
And the Shack's
Chicken, But in the beginning, I'm kind of basing it off the very beginning before there was a Shack's Chicken. Shack's Chicken is delicious. I will give it that. And it's included.
Yeah.
And Guy's Burgers, like she said, that's included. That's really good. So you do have options that are good, but you don't want to eat it every day.
Yeah, and I will be very bluntly honest. On our last cruise, I think I ate burgers and Shack's Chicken just about every day because those were the best tasting options.
You could get burned out on a Guy's Burger or Shack's Chicken because everything else is just kind of even the barbecue.
That's hit and miss. I've had really good and really bad.
Yeah, the Pig and Anchor, it's more miss than hit for me, but it's hit once or twice.
I think Panorama was the only ship where we were like, oh my God, this barbecue's really good.
Yeah, but they make up for it because you're having so much fun, you really don't care. You don't want to stop long enough to really eat anyway. You're having so much fun.
So basically, if you're a big foodie, Carnival's not the cruise line for you. If you like to have a lot of fun, Carnival is the cruise line for you.
If you're a partier, a drinker, the shows aren't really that good either.
That's true.
Yeah.
The entertainment overall, like the live music and stuff, is pretty good, but the theater shows can lack a little bit. And they're the same on every ship. So I do like with some other cruise lines, you get on one ship and you've got dedicated shows that you can only see on that ship. With Carnival, they're kind of fleet-wide.
And y'all, we're not hating on Carnival.
No, we like Carnival.
We love Carnival. We have a soft spot because it was our first. We will always cruise Carnival or sprinkle a Carnival cruise in here and there. So y'all don't be hating on us just because we're talking some negative about Carnival.
We're going to do this about all the cruise lines. We're just trying to give everyone a blunt, honest opinion.
Oops, alarm. So that's just the real talk, you guys. So don't be hating on us for the negatives. There are the positives.
Yes.
Too. Anyway, anything else on the Carnival?
Well, I was going to say, if you have kids, Carnival is a great cruise line. They have excellent kids program, even up into the teens, because our boys did not want to go to the kids club when they were in that 10 to 12-year-old age, but they discovered it when they were teenagers, and then we couldn't get them out of there. Really good kids program. Okay, moving on. Let's do Norwegian.
That was kind of our favorite for a while. Still might be, sort of.
Yeah.
Because, can we get right into it?
Yes.
All right, so the likes for me. The shows, number one. Just the entertainment overall is really good. I mean, I love the entertainment on a Norwegian cruise ship. I mean, you have Pearl and Sid's. I mean, I say Pearl and Sid's.
Sid
Not Pearl and Sid's. I used to deliver to that place for some reason. For instance, Sid Norman's Poorhouse.
So much fun.
Excellent rock bands, different types of bands, tribute bands. Then they have the Beatles Club, which is the Cavern. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, the shows are Broadway quality. I mean, super fantastic, like Choir of Men, Kinky Boots, Footloose.
Oh, yeah, that's on the Joy. And see, we can say which show is on which ship. So years ago, we saw Rock of Ages
That was
on
great.
the Breakaway. They're not doing that one on that ship anymore, but that was an excellent show.
Saw Grease.
No, Greece was Royal Caribbean.
Oh, Grease was Royal Caribbean. That was a good one. Royal Caribbean did a good job on that one.
Yeah, they did.
Kind of run together after a while.
But Broadway caliber shows.
Super.
Really
excellent
good.
quality shows. Like you feel like you're getting a really good quality. Like you're sitting, at some old theater in New York City. you
Yeah.
know? It's awesome.
Yeah, so like before we went on Norwegian, we thought that, oh, it's a show. But then we went on Norwegian, we're like, oh my God, that is a show. They really stepped it up from what we had seen prior. So
When we started with Carnival, we were like, okay, this is neat. And then we saw some shows from NCL, and it's hard to watch a Carnival show after that. I'm just going to be honest. I know we sound like snobs right now, but we're really not cruise snobs. But the shows just are so much better on NCL.
they are. They just are. Yeah.
Is what it is.
And I mean, when we say Broadway caliber, they truly are. Like, they buy the rights to Broadway shows to put them on the ships. Royal Caribbean does the same thing.
And you know what? Some cruise ships do it better than others.
They do.
It's not always consistent, y'all.
Yeah.
It just depends on your cast. Who put the cast together, trained them up, makes a big difference.
Yep. Okay, let's talk about inclusion. So Norwegian was the first cruise line to come up with the free at sea, and others have actually followed suit on this. But I like the fact that it is an all-inclusive cruise. So whenever you book it, yes, you're looking at a little higher price point than Carnival or Royal Caribbean, but you've got a drink package included. You've got some specialty dining included. You've got Wi-Fi included. So I really like that concept of, okay, this is what I'm paying for my cruise. Not this is what I'm paying for my cruise, but let me book specialty dining at this cost. And let me buy a drink package at this cost. And I need Wi-Fi because I need to work. So that's an additional cost. I like that it's all included. So that is a really good positive about Royal
Yeah, it makes your
Norwegian.
vacation experience that much better because it takes the worry out of things.
Yes.
Having to plan all that and get all that together and get things scheduled. You don't want to have to deal with that, when you're on vacation.
Right. What about the food on Norwegian?
Food on Norwegian is pretty good. I'm going to say I don't mind it. I've had better. I've had worse. It's decent cruise food.
Their buffet is good. We eat off their buffet a lot.
And again, it's different. It varies
every ship's
from
different.
each ship, from
But
one
overall.
NCL ship to another. But overall, I'm okay with NCL's food.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better than Carnival's.
And there's a lot of included options. So you've got, multiple main dining rooms you can go to. There's always either the local or Oceans on every ship that's open 24 hours a day for food, which is good.
I mean, you can always go get you some chicken wings at 2:00 in the morning, and you need
Been
that
there, done
after.
But I like that they throw in some specialty dining too with the free at sea because
Yeah.
we've had some amazing meals on NCL. If you haven't been on a ship that has Onda, which is an Italian restaurant, It's amazing. Their teppanyaki is really good. So there is some really high quality food out there too.
For sure.
Okay, so any dislikes about Norwegian?
I don't like the pool deck. Like, it's just too choppy for me. I like that big, I guess I really like the Royal Caribbean and the Carnival pool deck. The Lido deck is very big and open, and it's just kind of like a heartbeat of the ship for me. You know, when I first started cruising, I spent a lot of time out by the pool, just people watching, chilling and relaxing. And, you know, that kind of sets a vibe for me. And Norwegian's pool deck is just like not the best.
I will definitely have to agree with you on that, and that there is not a lot of lounge chairs on some ships. And this is going to go ship by ship because the older ships have bigger pool decks, but we've been on more of their newer ships because like the Pearl seemed like wide open. But everything newer than that, like with the Breakaway class and beyond, they're breaking the ship up into pieces.
Yeah.
And you've got different decks that you can go on, and then more and more, and this is going to be a complaint, and this is starting to go on every ship, is that there's more pay to play areas. So you've got, you know, if you've got this pool deck that's free, but if you want this really nice pool deck, that's going to cost you. Yeah. And the activities, you know, older ships have a lot of included free activities, but the newer ships have, you know, the go-karts and laser tag and things like that. That's all pay to play. And I get why it's pay to play to an extent, because if there wasn't, the lines would be massive and then you'd have people complaining about, I can't get on, it's a 3-hour wait. So I get that to an extent, but that is something that, you know, older ships or other cruise lines have more things included at no cost.
Yeah. I will say, going back to another like that just popped in my head, I really like the atrium of the older NCL ships. Not the real old ones, but it's the Prima, the one that just came out. It's a little bit different.
We have to get used to that.
It's nice and all, but I didn't care for it. I really wish that they would have kept the old theme or the old way they did the atriums, which is the big area with the big screen, and it's open. You can sit, and they'll do like Deal or No Deal on it. And
yeah,
there's a stage there that they'll have bands play, and it's just a really nice area where people gather that's large, and there's bars around it and a coffee shop. I don't know. It's just very buzzing kind of area that I enjoy that they kind of took out.
Yeah, I've heard that that's one of the...
Or it's not on the Prima.
That's one of the big complaints about Prima is that you don't have that big open area. You've got those 3 decks that kind of are their own deck, and you don't have that open space. So...
Yeah.
I think it's kind of what you get used to too, because we had the same complaint with when the Vista class of Carnival came out, that they changed that atrium. And we're like, oh, but we missed this.
It went from like this really fun, like movie theater kind of bar atmosphere, restaurant atmosphere, to more like a library feel.
Ooh, library feel.
Yeah. Why would you do that, right? Like wah wah wah. Anyway, but right?
Yep.
Yeah. Don't go to the library feel. Don't do that.
Okay, Royal Caribbean.
Food is good. Food is good. Lido deck, I like the Flow Rider. They have lots of activities to do for kids and adults. I love, like for instance, Odyssey of the Seas, Playmakers, Sports Bar.
So cool.
With the big sport complex. Still, you guys, I think it's probably my favorite ship.
Yeah, I still concur. I loved that ship.
That is an awesome ship. Royal Caribbean just gets it right. And they're like trying to bump NCL out the way, y'all. They're like, nope, we're the best. We're the best. I'm telling you, if you haven't been on Odyssey of the Seas, jump on that ship. All you football fans, and there's a lot of us, playmakers, you know?
Yeah.
What's up with all the ships that don't have a sports bar? Like, that should be standard.
I know. Yeah, there for
Come
a
on,
while,
people.
every ship was putting in a sports bar, and then they kind of got away from that. But all the Royal Caribbean ships have playmakers, which is awesome.
And let me just say, never again will we ever, I better not say that because it'll come back to bite me, book a group cruise without a sports bar. It's got to have a sports bar, right? Am I right? Let us know. It's got to have a sports bar, right, for us football fans. But I guess, you know, if we're cruising in the summer, it really doesn't matter. But I think we should do group cruises during the winter.
We're football fans.
We're football
Can you
fans.
tell?
Anyway, I get off on a tangent. LSU just beat Bama, y'all, so I'm still riding the high. So yeah, I love Odyssey of the Seas. Still my favorite ship. Gosh, what else did we like about that ship? There's so much.
Yeah, that ship was great. It had really good music venues.
Was that the one with the big rock club?
Yes.
With the red velvet curtain?
Yes.
Like rock club? Mm-hmm. What was the name of that place?
Oh, I don't
was it
remember.
The Rock Club?
No, it had a name, but
I
I
can't
don't
remember. We can't
Yeah.
possibly remember all that. At least I can't, but y'all, it was, I remember, an awesome venue.
It was.
2-story, bar downstairs, bar upstairs, huge stage, huge dance floor with the red velvet curtains, backdrop behind the stage. I mean, it was like what you would think of a rock club should be.
Yeah.
And the bands were fantastic.
Yeah, we did sort of a back-to-back cruise on that one, and we had 2 different bands, and they were both just really, really spectacular.
Yeah. Best ship ever.
Yeah, it is.
I can't really think of a lot of dislikes.
No, and I will say...
Other than the fact I crashed and burned on... Well, no, that's not the one I crashed and burned on, the Flow Rider. That was Freedom of the Seas, right?
No, it was Odyssey.
Oh, gosh.
It was Odyssey.
If only I could remember. You're right. It was Odyssey of the Seas.
Yeah, because we didn't do the iFly because you had hurt your shoulder.
That was my only negative, but that was my fault. Anyway, whatever. Can you think of any negatives?
Let me see.
Gosh, all the art was cool on it.
Yeah, but not just Odyssey of the Seas, but Royal Caribbean as a whole. So we've been on
stuck
multiple
on Odyssey of the Seas.
That's a great ship. It really is our favorite. But we've done Harmony, so we've been on, a big Oasis class. We've done Freedom and Independence, which are kind of mid-sized ships.
Different sizes, yeah.
Yeah. I will say there was a little inconsistency on the food. So we had really good food on most of our cruises, but Independence of the Seas was really bad. Like I survived on pizza and salad that cruise. It was not good. But overall, the food with Royal Caribbean's really, really good.
But you can survive on pizza.
I can survive on pizza really easy. That's my favorite food in the world.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really complaining too much. I like their freestyle machines that you can get a cup, because I'm a big soda drinker, and that you can get a cup and that you can, just go to those
Self-serve.
machines anytime. That's really nice.
Yeah, very convenient for all you soda drinkers.
Yep.
Which we are.
I guess a negative, I'm going to say their drink package is quite expensive. There's been times where we have opted out of any type of drink package just because the math didn't make sense. I like having one. Not huge drinkers all the time, but it's just convenient. Like I said, with Norwegian, I had to know what your cost is going to be, to have all that packaged in. So there's been times where I've looked at the Royal Caribbean drink package and go, we're not going to spend that much money on alcohol. It doesn't make sense. And then I lose out on my drinking cup. And, so I like having it included, if you can't tell. So I guess that's just a small negative. But overall, shows are fantastic. They also do the Broadway caliber shows.
Sometimes you get one that's not so good, but overall,
Yeah.
they're pretty good. Would you say they're better than NCL?
I'd say they're equal.
Almost equal.
And it's going to depend on the cast there.
And the ship. Yeah. And the cast. Yeah, all that. But pretty close.
But they do a lot of good, they do Grease and they do Cats and they do the Broadway shows, but then they create their own as well. So when we were on Freedom of the Seas, we saw one, I don't remember the name, but it was like a storybook show. Yeah. And we, at the end of the show, were like, oh my God, that was amazing. We thought it was going to be cheesy, being like a storybook, but it wasn't.
It's great.
And then they
that
did the
was really
superhero show on Odyssey.
That was fantastic.
And we were blown away. We're like, these are what you think is going to be a cheesy topic.
Yeah, that was on
but it's
Odyssey.
So good.
See, again, Odyssey.
Yeah.
If you go on Odyssey, you will be very happy.
Yeah.
Because it hits on all points, on everything. They're firing on all cylinders there on that ship. They just got it right. That thing is tweaked perfectly. Fine-tuned ship.
Yeah. And I like that, and I'm going to say this about Norwegian and Royal Caribbean, is they do maintain their ships really well. So they will take a ship that's maybe a little outdated and they will put it in a dry dock and do a really good overhaul on it and bring it back out. Royal Caribbean calls it amplified.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to amplify their ships.
That's a negative I have with Carnival. They don't do as good of a job on that, you know.
Yeah.
And when you spend the money to get on your cruise and have your vacation with your family, you don't want to look out and see rusty railings. I mean, you're on a salty sea, so it's going to happen. We get it, but come on, Carnival.
Just paint and maintain the ships.
Let's chip and paint on a daily.
Just for instance on that, we were on a Holland America cruise once, which is a sister ship or a sister company to Carnival, all part of the Carnival Corporation. And when we were in dock right next to a Carnival ship, the maintenance crew for Holland was out there painting.
Yeah.
The whole time we were in port, and we're like, "Oh my God, look at this! They're maintaining the ship while we're in port." And we look over at Carnival, and we're like, "Why aren't they doing that?"
Yeah, it was basically like the Holland ship looked like it was wearing a tuxedo, and the Carnival ship looked like it was wearing a pair of dirty underwear. That's kind of like the best way I could explain that.
Yeah, and he's not exaggerating in this particular case because the ship looked really like dingy. It's just white ships are going to look dingy if they're not painted.
Yeah, like dirty underwear.
I swear we're not hating on Carnival.
No.
We're actually going on a Carnival cruise next month, and we're really excited about it.
We actually love Carnival. That's why we want to see them do better.
Yeah,
better. You know,
up.
we're rooting for them.
Yep.
We want to be proud of them.
Yeah.
You know.
And I think the new paint job they're doing is going to fix that issue they were having with the paint because they're making the holes blue instead of white, and I think that's going to fix the problem.
Like we got the Jubilee coming up soon.
Yeah, well, we have celebration.
And we have the celebration coming up soon. So,
Yeah.
y'all see, we still cruise Carnival. We
Yeah.
love Carnival, and we love the Mardi Gras. It's a really great ship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did that one twice. And we've been on Vista twice.
See,
So,
ain't
you know
hating. Ain't hating. We still love Carnival.
Okay, so that is going over the 3 brands that most people are familiar with. Let's talk about the next level. So when you're cruising, there's your entry level, we're going to call it, which is Royal Caribbean, Carnival, and Norwegian. And then you've got that mid-level cruising before you get to luxury. And those mid-levels are going to be your Holland America, Celebrity, Princess, you know, in that realm. So let's talk about those a little bit. So if you haven't seen our channel, we are huge fans of Holland America. Our most recent cruise was with them to Alaska, and we absolutely love
We
their
were on
ships.
the Koningsdam, and it was a great ship, sister ship to the New Dam, which is what we were on before. And everybody has this, and understandably thinks that it's an old people cruise ship. Well, they're getting away from that, you guys.
Yeah. Oh my God, the first time we made a post that we were going to go on Holland America, everyone's like, "Oh, you're going to hate it. It's nothing but old people. Everyone goes to bed at 10 o'clock. There's nothing for you." They couldn't be more wrong.
Yeah.
We have had fabulous times on our Holland America cruises.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the entertainment was great. The artwork was some of the best that we've been on. I mean, they got like just really cool.
They do.
Rock and roll artwork all over the ship, the clubs, the bars, all the venues there were just very entertaining. We had a blast on both of those ships.
If you like live music, this is your cruise line.
Yeah.
Because they have live music, good live music every night. They have what's called the music walk. So you've got the Rolling Stone Rock Room. And as soon as the Rolling Stone Rock Room plays their 45-minute set and takes a break,
walk across the hall.
And Billboard on Board, which is dueling pianos, starts. So every 45 minutes, they rotate back and forth.
So you always have something to do.
Yeah.
You're not getting bored. Yeah. You just, okay, that set's done. We go across over there. And if you don't want to walk across, you can sit in that venue.
And still hear everything.
You can they're still piping in the music from across the hall there. So it's really neat. Then you go down the hall and they got the B.B. King's Blues Club, which is off the hook.
Oh my God.
The talent is incredible. They got like this 6-8-piece band, horn section. I mean, huge dance floor, really fun place to go hang out.
And the singers, oh my God. I don't know where they find these people, but they're amazing.
Excellent talent. Excellent talent. Holland America, y'all go see for yourselves, man. There's old people on all ships.
There is. You know why you're going to find older people on every ship? Because they have the time and the money to do it. They're retired.
Yeah.
You know, if you were retired, wouldn't you cruise more?
You'll see less of them on Carnival because there's just a lot of kids on Carnival. And so a lot of old people don't want to be hanging out with kids.
Actually, no. John Hild likes to
Depends on the...
advertise that Carnival carries more senior citizens than any cruise line.
Oh, see? There you go.
So, don't knock Holland America for that. The food on Holland.
It's good. It's up there.
It's probably
I would say the
best.
Koningsdam food experience, the last ship we were on, was the best food experience we've had on any cruise ship.
On any cruise. Yeah.
Hands down.
Really good food.
Like, great food.
Yeah. And not just specialty. I mean, we've had specialty dining as well, but their main dining room was really good. Their buffet is good.
Yeah.
I mean, they have like a Mongolian wok on their buffet. They have sushi freshly made on their buffet. They have this bread station made fresh every day. It's just really, really good food on Holland.
Like if you've had food on Koningsdam or any Holland America ship, leave a comment below. Let them know how good it is, y'all.
Yeah, it's so good.
Let them know how awesome and fun and entertaining those ships are.
Yeah.
Because they were great.
And their shows, so this class of ship, from what I'm seeing, is kind of all the same. They don't do the big Broadway shows. They do more of like dance.
It's laid back.
It's very laid back, more art. It's art is what it is.
Artsy fartsy.
Artsy fartsy shows, but good shows.
Good
really
art, good artsy fartsy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So lots of positives about Holland. Do you have any negatives about Holland? My only thing, and this is not a complaint on our side, but I could see how other people could look at it, is there's not a lot of activities. This is a more laid back cruise, and pretty much all of this, type of cruise line is. There's no water slides, there's no go-karts, there's no, flow riders.
That doesn't bother me though, but
yeah.
it could bother a lot of people,
so
especially with kids.
For families, probably not your cruise line, and that's going to go the same for Princess and Celebrity. There are obviously kids on all of these, but if you've got that really, family-oriented, young kids especially, stick with Carnival, Royal Caribbean, and Norwegian. But if you're...
For sure.
Empty nesters like us, Holland was fantastic.
Yep, great point.
Okay, what about Celebrity?
I'm not real sure about them yet. I like Celebrity. It was just very different than what I was used to on all the other cruise ships. And I think it was because the first time I was ever on one, it was more like, it was the very first sailing out of the U.S. Mm-hmm. And there was a lot of media on that ship. Let me go back. It was the first sailing out of the U.S. after COVID. Okay, the 15 months, no ships sailed. And so it was just a very awkward experience, very different experience. Mm-hmm. And it just didn't feel, it's a beautiful ship. Mm-hmm. The food was good. Mm-hmm. The gym was great. The spa was good.
Oh, yeah.
Spa was really good. The running track was really good. I don't know.
Yeah,
the more that I talk about it, the more I like it. But it just was a weird feeling. It was I guess it was being around a different crowd.
Yeah, and we did Apex after that. So the Edge and the Apex are sister ships, both new. I think the one thing I really like about Celebrity is two areas. The Eden area is beautiful. Mm-hmm. It's like a garden inside is what Eden is. And there's entertainment in there. There's food in there. There's relaxation in there.
Really neat.
Really cool area.
Place. Very vibing place.
And the magic carpet. I think the magic carpet is probably one of the coolest things on any cruise ship because it hangs off the side of the ship. And it goes up, or you can be high, you can be low.
Goes from one deck to the other.
Mm-hmm. And you can just sit out. My favorite thing to do at night when nobody was out there, because everybody was partying, we'd go out on the magic carpet at night and it's peaceful and quiet, and you've got the sound of the ocean, and the views are spectacular because you're hanging off the side of a ship.
Yeah, and it doesn't move when you're on it.
Right.
It moves to the next deck, and then they open the gates. You come hang out, and then everybody gets off. They close it down. It moves to another deck. But that is a really neat ship. It's as far as atmosphere and the ambience of a ship. It really Celebrity really gets that right.
I think these are the most beautiful ships I've ever seen. Absolutely gorgeous.
I can't remember the shows too much.
The shows were just okay. That was probably a low point for us.
I think that's why I can't really remember them.
Yeah, because it's more of that interpretive dance and artsy fartsy, like Jason said, which is just not our thing.
Yeah.
Quality wise, I mean, they were good. It's just not our vibe. We didn't click with the shows.
Yep, definitely another cruise line you would not really probably want to take the kids on. You'd probably want to take the kids more of like a Carnival or Royal Caribbean in CL.
Yeah.
I think that would be your best bet.
Yeah, I think on both of our celebrity cruises, there was probably not more than 20 kids on either one. Of course, this was not during the summer, but still, not a lot of kids.
If you don't want to cruise with kids, do Holland America, do Celebrity.
But the pool deck on Celebrity...
Really huge, long pool. Very nice. Love the pool deck. Definitely, for sure.
Oh, and they have the drink carts. Remember the drink carts that would come around?
Yeah, again, on the pool deck, they'd come around and they got this little cart full of ice and full of drinks. And you could just pull them right out of the ice right there at your lounger. Yeah, that was really awesome.
Yeah, so instead of having to go to the bar and get a drink or have somebody come around and take your drink order and bring it back to you, it was instantaneous drinks right there. That's cool.
And the one that we cruised on specifically was the Edge.
We were on the Edge and the Apex.
And the Apex. And they were cool. I liked them. I would like to do the Edge again in a normal environment.
Yeah. So see, Jason had that first impression of, Celebrity, I didn't like it. But the more he starts thinking about Celebrity...
Yeah. Yep. The more I like it.
More I like it. Yeah. Very laid back cruise. But I will say, in being laid back, there was still like remember the martini shows at night?
Oh, yeah.
That was really cool.
The Atrium Bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would really put on a good show. The bartenders would all get together. The lights would start flashing and they would crank up the music. And these guys would put on a show with these martini glasses. It was like, you ever seen the movie Cocktails with Tom
Cruise?
Tom Cruise. They'd start doing stuff like that with the bottles, flipping the bottles around. At the very end of their performance, they would line up these martini glasses and...
like pour a whole bunch of drinks at once.
Yeah, they have like they would have all these shakers put together and they would pour all these martini glasses all at the same time. It looked really cool.
Yeah, and then they give you those drinks for free if you're lucky enough to be close by.
Yeah, you know what they say about martinis. One's not enough and 3 is too many. Then that's true, if they're made right.
Yep. Oh, but also, this isn't going to apply to all celebrity ships, but the newer ships have the infinite balcony, which I think is super cool. Now, some people like it and some people don't.
I didn't like it at first, but I'm down with it now.
Yeah, and now on Royal Caribbean's Icon of the Seas, they're incorporating those types of cabins on that ship as well. So it gives you all of that balcony space within your cabin.
Yeah.
When you're not using the balcony.
It makes it feel much bigger. And your balcony feels like it's like the indoors, outdoors.
It's cool.
It's like a little living room outside the ship, sort of. It's really neat. Like new things, changes, you got to get used to and kind of digest it. I didn't really like it at first, but the second time we went, I'm like, yeah, this makes total sense. Mm-hmm. Pretty cool.
I like those rooms.
Yeah.
And
because I didn't feel at first like you really got that true balcony experience with the wind and the sounds, but you do.
Yeah, you do. Oh, and then they're really like soundproof because we did that. We were in port and there was another ship and they were playing like loud music outside and we stood there and we just pressed the button and our window went up and immediately like the sound was gone. It was cool.
You feel like you're in a little fancier room.
It is a fancier room, let's be honest. Yeah, it's fancy.
It's pretty bougie.
It's bougie.
Pretty swanky.
Okay, so the last one we're going to talk about is Princess because we have the least amount of experience with Princess. But Princess has one big positive. The medallion. That is the coolest piece of technology that I think every cruise line should be incorporating. With that medallion, that is your get on and off the ship. It is your room key.
It is your GPS locator so that when your wife or your husband is gone, you can find them.
You can pull up
anywhere.
the app and go, oh, Jason's in the gym. That's where he is. I don't have to wonder and try and text him and get him to answer me or go track him down. He's in the gym. And we did that.
Working out. That's where I am.
But the ships are beautiful. We were on Discovery Princess. So
Really
this is our only
pretty.
experience. Beautiful.
Brass railings.
Yes.
Like it had that old rich look, like that old
Like
Titanic rich brass, because back in the day that's what you saw.
Yeah.
And it was gorgeous. But it mixed in with all the modern kind of decor too.
Yeah.
And that was really nice. The food on the Princess was just really lacking.
That was for us. My understanding is
They tweaked that.
it got better.
Yeah. That's what we've been hearing.
Most people really like the food on Princess. I think that we were on like a first sailing.
Right. This was like an inaugural sailing, and so they had to work the kinks out, obviously.
Yep.
But we did hear it got better. And if the food is better, then I'm gonna say that would be a great experience.
Yeah.
Great ship to be on.
Yeah, we really enjoyed just wandering around that ship. Inside and out was really pretty. It had a good pool deck. It had like this little cabana thing in the middle. And then I like that they have like shallow areas around the edge of the pool and then the deeper areas so you can just sit in the cool water if you want to. Yeah. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, it's a real smart ship with the medallions, walking up to your room, that recognizes your medallion, it senses it, and it opens the door. You don't even got to put your card up there.
No, you just get close
your
to
medallion,
the door and it opens.
Yeah, and it's just really neat. You walk up to your door and it opens because it senses your medallion and it opens up for you.
Yeah.
If you want a drink, just order it. They'll come to you and give it to you no matter where you are on the ship. Mm-hmm. That's kind of neat.
That's very neat. So like I'm curious to have another Princess experience so we've got more to base our review on.
Yeah, we'll have
but
to
that's
do that again.
one really good thing I can say about Princess. Mm-hmm. So the big question that we started with is, what is your favorite cruise line?
Right now I'm going to say it's I'm going to say Royal Caribbean. Royal Caribbean just because of Odyssey of the Seas. NCL and Royal Caribbean are just like right there. Really kind of neck and tied. But I'm going to say, the more I think about it, Odyssey of the Seas is the one that's pulling me towards Royal Caribbean. Just nudging out NCL, y'all. And I know that I don't really want to say that, but I feel like that's the truth.
That's the truth. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I'm going to say it's Norwegian. Anybody that asks me what's your favorite cruise line, I always say Norwegian. Now, in saying what our favorite is, we still cruise every cruise line. And we love every cruise line for different reasons.
Yeah.
And there's never a time that we're going to be loyal to one brand or the other because we like having all those different experiences.
Absolutely. We, get out there, try them all. Because you want to experience all the different things that each cruise line has to offer. Mm-hmm. And let us know what your favorite cruise line is. Let us know what your least favorite cruise line is. Let us know your best experiences on those cruise lines. You know?
What do you agree and disagree with that we just said in this video? We'd like to hear your feedback.
Absolutely, because we want to share the feedback for sure. That's it. That is our likes and dislikes of the cruise lines that we've been on. If you guys are new to our channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and that notification bell. We post videos weekly. And thanks for tagging along.
See you soon.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.